With this side hustle, you can start earning some extra cash with nothing more than the stroke of a pen. Hello and welcome to Practical Personal Finance, where you get the information you need to understand and succeed with money. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the inside scoop about what it takes to start your very own calligraphy side hustle, including learning the art form, getting your very first client, and understanding how much you can expect to earn. Let's get to it. If you've ever attended a wedding or visited a local business and spotted a sign like this, or maybe like this, then you've encountered the work of a calligrapher. A calligrapher is someone who creates beautiful, custom pieces of artwork that are displayed at weddings, given as personalized gifts, and even hung in the home. If something exists in a physical form, there's probably a way to use calligraphy to personalize it. Your only limit is your imagination. So how does one get started with calligraphy? To find out, I spoke with Liz Powell, the creator and chief calligrapher of Write Liz Write, a local calligraphy business in Northern Virginia.
You certainly can find plenty of calligraphy classes, and those can be a great resource. I personally learned through free resources online. So I first started learning the basic strokes from the Show Me Your Drills course from Becca Cortis, who is known as the Happy Ever Crafter. She is a great calligraphy educator. I like to say she taught me everything I know. So I would definitely point people to her if you're looking for a free place to start.
Once you've developed your calligraphy skills, it's time to leverage them to start your own calligraphy side hustle. As with most side hustles, perhaps the best place to start is with your own personal network. Here's some advice from Liz on how to make the transition from hobby to hustle.
So the first step that I would recommend to anyone is just start sharing what you're doing. As you're learning, as you're practicing, just start sharing that. People love watching videos of calligraphy, and you might feel self-conscious at first. I certainly feel embarrassed about the first photos and videos that I posted, but it's a great accountability mechanism, and to people who don't know calligraphy, it looks great. So that's the first step. And then second, I would say tell people that you do this for money. The first thing that I did when I decided that Write Liz Write was going to be a business now was I posted on my personal Facebook page and said, Write Liz Write is a business now. And immediately I got a message from a friend from college who said, I would love to support your business. Can you make signs for my wedding?
As Liz mentioned, it's going to feel intimidating when you first begin sharing your work. This is true with many different art forms, and it can make it very difficult to decide when to start sharing and then when to offer up your new skill in exchange for money. I don't think it's ever too soon to start sharing what you're doing with your family and friends. Even if you've just followed along with a basic tutorial, I say put it out there. When I started this YouTube channel, I was hesitant to share my videos with my personal network, but I decided I would do it from the very beginning. And guess what? Some of the most valuable feedback I received early on was from my friends and family. Once you've mastered the basics and completed a few custom projects of your own, I think that's when you can announce to the world that you're available for hire. One of the beautiful things about doing calligraphy as a side hustle is the flexibility with how you can manage your time. You don't need to show up at a specific place and time to get the work done. You don't need to be on the job late at night during surge hours. You can do calligraphy whenever you like, and as long as you get the job done by the deadline set up front, it's not going to make any difference. If you work a normal 9-to-5 job on weekdays, you can do calligraphy in the evenings. If you need to take a break to make dinner or spend time with your family, you can do that. I was wondering whether flexibility like that comes at a cost, so I asked Liz about how much you might expect to earn doing calligraphy.
So it is possible to earn a full-time living doing calligraphy. I don't, but I do know of people who do. So that's out there as a possibility. I have been doing this for 3 years now. So I'm still pretty early in my business in terms of establishing those relationships like I was talking about. So currently I bring in a few $100s a month on average. It's a very seasonal business. So if you are looking for something that's going to bring in $5,000 next month, don't start a calligraphy business. But if you really enjoy calligraphy, then it can be a good way to bring in a little bit of money and then maybe hopefully someday a little bit more money.
When it comes to side hustles, one of the most important aspects in my mind is accessibility. They need to be something you can do easily with the tools and skills you already possess. Or they need to be affordable and easy enough to learn that just about anyone can get started without going into debt or investing months educating yourself. I was surprised to learn in my conversation with Liz that calligraphy was actually quite accessible.
Yes, so for the person who heard this and thought calligraphy is not for me because I don't have nice handwriting, I want you to know that I don't have nice handwriting. You have to keep in mind that calligraphy is not handwriting. It is basically drawing. Like you learn the shapes and then you draw the shapes together to form letters. So for anyone who heard this and said, that's not for me, maybe think again, because you could learn. I believe anyone can learn.
I want to thank my friend Liz Powell for taking the time to answer my questions about starting a calligraphy business. If you're interested in giving it a try, I highly recommend listening to our entire conversation on the Practical Personal Finance podcast. Liz goes into more detail about pricing, marketing, and how she comes up with new products to sell in her Etsy shop. It's available right now wherever you listen to podcasts. Look for episode number 21. And if you want to follow along with Liz or support what she does, I left links to her Instagram page and her Etsy storefront down below. Do you have a unique side hustle? What are you doing to earn some extra cash? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and you're interested in more side hustle ideas, click right here to check out the previous episode of Practical Hustles about starting a video production business. And if you want to show your support for my channel, click right here to become a subscriber. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Andrew Scheer, and I'll see you next time.